so much everyone for being here this evening for the Friday night hangout session. My name is Lakshya Saigal and I'll be your host for the evening. My uplines are Raman Sandeep, uplines to them Harsh and Anchal, all the way up to our diamond mentor Sid and Roop Ganguly. So for the Friday night hangout session, it will consist of two parts. The first would be the product demonstration and the second would be business education. So without further ado, I would like to get started with the product demonstration, and I would like to call on the stage none other than my upline Sandeep, who would be who would be educating us about Neutralite packs. Please help me welcome her on stage.
Thank you, Lakshay. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you, everybody, on the FNH. I would love to, I will start with my screen sharing here.
Can you guys see the screen?
Okay, great. Yeah, so my topic is Neutralite packs. First, I will start with my line of sponsorship. So we are Raman and Sandeep from Vancouver. So we are sponsored by our great couple, Harsh and Anchal. And yeah, Anchal is here now. So right on time, hey? That's great. And then they're applying Subodh and Tina Rathor. They're applying Sachin Kinkan and all the way to our diamonds, Sid and Roop Ganguly going EDC. Next slide. Okay, so I'll start with the woman pack. So we have 5 packs in the Neutralite. As we all know, Neutralite is founded by Carl Renberg and is one of the certified organic supplements, dietary supplements in the world. So the woman pack, like all the packs, these are packs really convenient. These, I have one sample that I use this for myself, especially. So these comes in pouches. Packets. These are really convenient and personalized. So personalized means, so the packs are addresses the top supplement needs of the person. And these are really simple to take and very convenient these are an easy way to take your supplements on the go. And we'll start with the woman pack. This is the woman pack. That's how it looks like. Same like a men pack is also looks like a same, like, you know, so it comes in a 30 packs, retail price is $65. So 10% difference in the IBO price. So what it contains, especially those woman pack designed for says women. So all the foundational supplements it carries. So start with the daily, you know, it has a dailies 23 essential multi vitamins and minerals it contains. There is a concentrated fruits and vegetables in it, 1 tablet, and the one the fruits and vegetables give you phytonutrients, so all you get from the 5+ servings of the fruits and vegetables. CalMagD, it support the bones, you know, and with a combination of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. And Shine contains biotin with vitamin C. So as we all know, biotin, it support the healthy nail, skin, and hair. I'm gonna start with the next slide. Then men's pack is also 1 month supply, so 30 packets in it. Same kind of pouches, $63. Each package contain same like woman pack daily fruits and vegetables. The difference is Balance Health Omega. That's what men's requires for the heart health. And then vitamin C, which is extended release, which contains 575 milligram of vitamin, which give us immunity, and it's also reduce the free radicals in our body. Next slide. Then we have a immunity pack. So immunity pack contains 20 packets. So each packets contain vitamin C. As we all know, vitamin C is an amazing antioxidant. It's a kind of powerful antioxidant. So build the immunity. And then we have echinacea. Echinacea is such an amazing botanical herb that boosts our defense system. So it's also help our body to fight against infections. So it's really good. People who have like, you know, common colds, they get like, you know, oftenly during the seasonal change, so they can start these packs. These are really amazing. And then we have a heart health pack. So heart health packs come 60 packets. So this is 1 month supply for if you take AM and PM time, then it's $137 per month. Then it contains heart health omega. Then it contains heart health CoQ10. These are kind of enzymes that support your cardiovascular systems. Then cholesterol health maintain the regular cholesterol in your body. Then this is the last pack, the perfect pack. Perfect pack is a really amazing pack. It contains all the foundational supplements that we all needed. So anybody or everyone can take this. So it starts with it has a 3 XX. So this is 60 packets, means you can take one in the morning, one in the evening. So AM and PM routine. Contains 3 multivitamins, minerals, vitamins, and phytonutrients. You all know, I hope everybody taking multivitamins, especially the XX. It's a really amazing, powerful, ultimate multivitamins that we have in the world, especially the XX. Then it contains also 1 tablet of concentrated fruits and vegetables. It contains balanced health omega and the vitamin D. So we all know vitamin D support our bones. And that's what everything. So comparison between these vitamins compared to the other brand we have outside. First of all, Nutrilite, we all know these are the certified organic supplements. And the second reason is these supplements, they have a Nutrilock system on the coating they have on the top of the tablet. So whenever it goes in your body, so it's absorbed in your body 90 to 95% compared to when you take other vitamins from outside, it's only absorbed 30 to 40%. So it won't give you that result that you're really looking for. That's what it is from my side. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Sandeep, for that amazing presentation about the Nutrilite packs. I'm sure that everyone requires to at least know the knowledge about it, even if they want to get their separate supplements. Yeah, so thank you so much for that. I would like to open the session for any questions that anyone may have. Okay, I think we'll move forward. So coming up, we have Anchal, who would be educating us about the new artistry. Sorry, we'll just, So Anchal will be educating us about the new artistry mini sets and the new vitamin C plus HA serum. So let's get her on stage. Thank you.
Thanks, Lakshay, for an amazing introduction. We are Harsh and Anchal from Vancouver, proudly sponsored by Subodh and Tina. Uplines to them, Sachin Kinkar, and all the way to Sidin Ganguly. I just came from work very unprepared, but my topic today is artistry, which is one of my favorite topics to cover. So I'll be talking about 2 main products. I'll be talking about vitamin C, and then I'll be talking about the mini sets that we have in our business. So let's begin with vitamin C. Now, a lot of times, a lot of people don't know what is the advantage of vitamin C. First of all, it is a very good antioxidant for the skin. It brightens our skin. Anybody suffering with any kind of pigmentation or any kind of discoloration on their face, vitamin C is a great product to have in a skincare regimen. You know, the new advanced vitamin C that we received has 2.5 times the antioxidants and 3 different types of hyaluronic acid. I'm not sure how many people on the call have used the previous vitamin C, but if they've used the new one, they can actually see a lot of difference. You know, it makes the skin more soft, more hydrating, more supple. And then obviously, as I mentioned, has more antioxidants. So antioxidants are very, very important because, you know, every day we step out into, you know, environmental dust and pollutants. Now, a lot of people say we live in Canada, there is no real dust. You know, yeah, in comparison to India, there is no real dust, but dust is still there. The particles are still out there. So you need to protect your skin from, you know, those harmful rays, particles. So vitamin C plays an important role. What happens is when you put vitamin C on the surface of the skin, actually, when you go out, step out, anything that you face, like sun rays or, you know, any kind of dust and particles, they just pass away from your skin. They don't sit on your skin. So it is such a powerful product to use. Now, a lot of people say how to use the product. So this one, the one we have in business, it comes with a cap, the activating cap. It has fresh vitamin C in it. What you can do is you can just open the container like this. I don't have it because I'm using it. You can put the cap on top and press the button. So the fresh vitamin C comes in the bottle. And then what you have to do is replace with the dropper, shake and start using. And for that, you have to, first of all, cleanse your face. You have to properly tone your face. And then the third step will be vitamin C. And then the fourth step will be moisturizing your skin. So that is the way how you use it. Another thing that, comparison between outside vitamin C, which I have barely used, I've mostly used from the business. But I remember one time going to my doctor, I was facing a lot of skin challenge when I was in India. She gave me a vitamin C, which is around Indian currency, 1800 rupees, or you can say 30 Canadian dollars, roughly around that price. And I remember using that product, didn't give me any sort of results. Like even when I started using it, I used it for a couple of months, saw no difference at all. Whereas we see in our vitamin C serum, the moment you start using it, you can actually feel your skin, so much brightened up, and you can actually see that the fine lines and wrinkles are not there. So it is a great product to use. And also, as I mentioned, it has a fresh activating cap. So what it means is whenever you have to apply it, you can, mix it. So what happens when you use outside vitamin C? The cap is not there. It is already pre-mixed in the serum. So there is no activating cap. So that is another difference. And then, now I would like to just talk about the mini sets that we have. These are amazing products. So as you know, Artistry carries different skin cares, in different skin types, you can say. So one skin, we have hydrating, we have balancing, we have firming, we have it for all skin types. Now, a lot of people are very hesitant to spend $100 on a skincare because they don't know what it has, because they've never used Artistry products before. So it's a great way to introduce to people who are hesitant spending that much of money. And they know, using a little bit. This on the website, it says that it goes on for 2 weeks, but it doesn't go on for 2 weeks. I have personally used the mini set, and I think it goes on for a long time, month and a half. And that is a great way for your customers to see, various kind of difference that, it can provide you. Now, a lot of times we are very hesitant to share these mini products, thinking that, okay, I'm not sure if the person's gonna buy or not. The great way to tell them is, let's say you buy a bigger set, which is like $110 or $140 or $170, depending on whatever they pick. You can always tell them that it is a great sample piece, which, the company is providing only for a limited period of time. And you can always try and see so that your money is not wasted. So that is a great retail tip to introduce any sort of skincare if the person is hesitant. So that's all from my side. I think I'm done. If any questions, would love to answer. And great to see Gurjot on the call. Thank you.
Wow, that was such an amazing demonstration of the vitamin C. I just opened mine today. I activated it today. So does anyone have any questions? I personally have a question, Anchal, if no one does. I just wanted to ask, is it okay to use it twice a day? Would it be okay to use it at night as well?
That's a really good question, Lakshay. Thanks for asking. Yeah, you can definitely use it twice a day. It is better because I forgot to mention that vitamin C is only potent for 30 days, no matter when you open or whenever you apply. So I either recommend using day and night or sharing with your partner. So you can share with your sister or your mother, or if you're married, you can share with your partner.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anshul. I would definitely go use that right after this meeting, I swear. Yeah, so that was such an amazing presentation by Anshul. Moving on, we have Amway home products tonight that will be covered by Harsh. So let's get him on the stage as well with a huge round of applause.
Hey, thank you, Lakshay. Amazing hosting. This has been a fire-packed session, and I want to get going with the Amway home side. One of my favorite products, which I love to use and talk about, is this laundry detergent. Okay, it's great for curls as well. If you are a gym-going guy, this is something, if you ever missing your dumbbells, can work with. But yeah, what about laundry detergent? A laundry detergent is probably one of the most essential products you'll see at your home. This one, the package I have is 33 loads, 4 liter, and it's priced at $52 retail. The best thing about laundry detergent, which I have particularly observed, because tonight I want to give testimonies about the product which I'm using. One of the very best things which I've seen about the laundry detergent is most of the products which I have personally used before I started the business, which was generally Tide, or there was another Sunrise product or something I can recall from my university days. They would leave, first of all, they would not clean the entire stains from my clothes. And secondly, they would leave some residue on my clothes. And this is where I would feel a lot of irritation while I was using my clothes. And because I've been in sports a lot, I used to run, I've been an athlete. So that because they were not cleaned properly and they were residue, they would itch me every time when I would sweat. This has been one of the biggest problems I've seen with other laundry detergents compared to Amway Home. Amway Home, as we know, is it's allergy tested, it's dermat tested. So it's a great product to have at your home, where you even have kids. It's safer for them, even if somehow they play with this thing and it goes in their eye or in their mouth, it doesn't harm them. It's biodegradable. So if all the Amway Home products, the bottles, the packaging, they come out biodegradable. So if you put that in the soil, you'll see that in next 20, 30 days, it'll be gone. So that's one of the very important points. It is US EDA tested. So that's EPA tested. So that is one of the great certifications we have. On the other end, one of the things which I want to mention, which I am not sure if a lot of people know, there's a high efficiency certificate which the companies or which the testing laboratories provide, so as to see if are they good for your washing machines or are they good for your appliances. This has that approved certification of high efficiency. That means, like, in any environment, if you're using your washing machine, it won't damage. Okay, a lot of laundry detergents do not have that high efficiency certifications, and there is always a problem in next 2 to 5 years that you will run with your washing machines. Another testimony I want to give regarding the laundry detergent is, I remember almost a couple of years ago, we had something stuck in our dryer. So we called a guy to fix it, and he looked at the dryer net and said, how is your dryer net not damaged? How is it not blackened out? Because most of the places in this building where we live, he visits, he see all the dryer nets because of the residue are blackened out. And he told me that I'm just shocked, like how it is not. What sort of detergent you use? We showed him this. He got highly impressed. And he said, wherever I'm going next time, I'm promoting this thing. We gave him our number, and let's see if there's somebody. We haven't had any phone calls since last 2 years, but let's see if this works out. But this is a personal testimony we got from him, and he was highly impressed with how our dryer net was so clean, even after been using it for continuously for 3-4 years and not changing it. So these are the few things I wanted to mention about the Amway Home Laundry Detergent. It's a high efficiency product. It's EPA tested, certified. It's biodegradable. It's allergy tested. All these things make it one of the best combinations. One last thing I want to talk about is, a lot of times people are always comparing it with the price point. It's a $52 bottle, while when you go in the market, you see products being like in their 20s and 30s, and they talk about how is it like twice the price of most of the available products. We have to understand it's not about just the price, it's also about the number of loads which this gives. As you will see, I'll just be opening. This is a new bottle that came in. If you see really the cap of this laundry detergent, it is pretty much 1/4 the size of Tide. That means there's a very less quantity of the product needed to clean your clothes. And Amway recommends just to use 2/3 of this cap to clean your entire load. So this is a great comparison to have if somebody has that question that why the product is costly as compared to outside products. It's a high efficiency product which is very concentrated and can take care of your cleaning with ease. That's all from my side tonight, and back to host Lakshya.
Wow, Thank you so much, Harsh. I swear that the laundry detergent is so good. Everyone loves it so much. So a lot of products that I know about, I know it from my upline Raman. When I got the biggest pack of the laundry detergent, he told me, man, this will last for a year. I'm pretty sure that I got it 3 months ago. I'm pretty sure it will last for a year from now. So that's how good it is. Yeah. So moving on, I would just like to share my screen for a few moments. Can I share my screen, host? Yeah. Yeah, sorry. So I would just like to promote our Baltimore Function Free Enterprise Day that will be November 11 to 13. So everyone would I would recommend everyone to get their tickets and make the arrangements. Also, I would like to promote the West that will be on Tuesday by our very own Harsh and Anchal. So yeah, definitely. I just wanted to let everyone know. Let's get some candidates on board as well. Yeah, moving on. Now we'll just move on to the system education part. And for the system education, just 1 second. Yeah, for the system education, I think the first speaker of the night would be Bharti, who would be helping us with the importance of BSM and 2 important takeaways from her audio. Let's get her on stage with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, this is Bharti. I have been sponsored and mentored by Subodh and Tina, and my platinum uplines are Sachin Kinkar and all the way up to Sidendra Ganguly. So yeah, my topic for today is BSM. And let me share my screen to keep me on track with the slides and pointers. Yes, I hope you all can see my screen. So we all know BSM is a business streaming media. It's a platform where we have access to talks, videos, books on how to build a business. I'm sorry. Yeah, so the importance of BSM. I think by listening daily to one talk, it polishes your memory, your association with the system, your people skills. And we have a huge variety of topics on teaching, motivation, success stories, overcoming troubles and shortcomings. It also programs your mind to build a good sustainable business. If you're listening to one talk daily. And so I recently listened to this recently released talk on faith, develop greed, belief, faith, and action, which is BWW 2749. So I got few pointers from Vishal and Sonika's talk, which is develop the greed. So 10 signs you have the greed, you need to success. So first of beginning is you're comfortable by not being comfortable. So yeah, there will be situations you might face sometimes that maybe your upline is trying to teach you something and you might feel offended. I wouldn't use that word offended, but yeah, it might not fit into your way of understanding, and that might make you uncomfortable. It did for me. I have been going through a lot of such discussions with Subodh and Tina on how to stay on track, how to stay on committed with the business and everything, with DCR especially. And that's okay. You have to know that no matter what, you have to get through these pointers to stay focused and build a sustainable business. So second point is the same, like, are you focused? Are you submitting to your goal, your aim that you have in your mind, your why especially. Third point being, you know how to avoid distractions. So there are so many distractions around this. Being, if you are staying with family, then being family members, or friends sometimes, yeah, let's go for a movie. You don't need that function. When you need to have that that committed approach with your business, that you should know what is important for you now. And fourth point being same, like, are you committed? If you're committed to your why, you'll definitely take out time, listen to the business streaming media, go through books, try to be with the association as much as possible, especially with your downlines and your uplines. And next thing is your intuition. How strong is in your intuition? Like, does your gut feeling tells you that this is the right way, or you're just being misguided by the opinions of other people's, or maybe relatives or friends as well. Next point being is your bravery. How brave are you? I have been facing a lot of issues with my, like, being brave, going out and saying just hi to people. I'm really working on it with Subodh and Tina. They even take me out on, like, supermarkets, and, like, they just go out and say hi and then talk about stuff. And I was like, oh, will I ever be able to do that? So yeah, so bravery is one of the main thing. If you are brave, but then you should know at least what you need to talk. There are people I know who just keep chattering about anything. So you have to be specific about your approach, especially towards your business. The next point being is, are you enjoying the journey? It is so important, at least for me. If you're not comfortable, or if you haven't make yourself comfortable with the process that we are going through, you'll get frustrated all the time. You'll have your heated discussions with your upline and downline, which we don't want, obviously. No negativity. Everybody will face that situation, but you should able to move on to the next point. That's okay. That phase has been passed, and I need to look for the better tomorrow in the business, or in all the aspects of your life. Actually, self-awareness is the next point. So being aware of yourself, where you are, where you want to be. Whenever there is a VS happens on the Tuesday evening, so especially VS is for the new people, because we want to show them the broad plan. But I think for existing IBOs, it's like this is where you are. If you're at 300 PV or 600 PV, and you need to work on, oh man, here I am from last 2 months or 6 months or a year, and I need to get up to climb that ladder. Not only just that, but self-awareness and, like, all aspects of your life, which will eventually contribute to your success in your business, in your career as well. Second last thing is, are you willing to fail? Because you might have noticed the kid, when he or she starts to walk, they fail so many times, but they keep trying, because there is a curiosity at that time. They want to try stuff out, they want to experience all the stuff. But as you age, you become sensitive to stuff like, oh man, what if I fail in this thing, or what if I didn't come up, like get back on after my last failure. So this is one thing that is, I think, really crucial. Are you willing to fail? And again, after that failure, are you willing to get back up? 10th point is, are you positive and be around positive people and surroundings? Because if you indulge yourself with a negative people, in a negative talk, like, just gossiping about stuff, or what happened that day, or what he said, what she said, and blah 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 blah. I have been there, and it's a really bad place to be in. Thank God, I took some time to come out of it and see picture clearly, because when you are influenced, when you indulge yourself in such a talking, you are mostly biased with the point of view that other person is sharing. So you have to be around positive people and surroundings, and you have to be positive about the stuff. Even if something negative happened, or you failed in something, you have to be positive about it. Like, I learned something from that event. So this is it from my end. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lakshya, for giving me opportunity. And back to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Bharti. That was such an amazing presentation. I always feel like it's such a nice gesture when someone makes the extra effort to make a presentation. Even for BSM, you can definitely make a presentation just like Bharti showed, and it was reflected in her talk that how the BSM affected her. So that was so great. Thank you so much, Bharti. And with that, we'll just be moving on. So the next speaker of the night would be Akash, who would be letting us know the importance of books in our life and 2 takeaways from a recent book that he read. So let's just get Akash on stage.
Thank you very much, Lakshay. That was amazing hosting. Hello, everybody. I'm Akash, personally sponsored by Tej, who's currently not here, who is sponsored by Raman and Sandeep, Harsh and Anshul, Subodh and Tina, Sachin Kinkar, and all the way to Sid and Roop. I think all of my uplines are here, ready to coach and guide me. So one of the recent books that I recently read was 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. So this was an amazing book. Harsh told me read some books on leadership, and one of the sentences that I remember. This is a book that I read and finished 1 month back. So one of the sentences that I remember was, there are 3 kinds of people. One is a follower, one is a leader who has followers, and the third one is a leader who has leaders. So I think that's very much, if you draw a parallel to this business, one is a person who doesn't have any downlines. The second one is a person who has downlines, but who are not really spreading their business. And the third one is a person who has leaders. So that is a really massive business. So that is one parallel that I could take away. And apart from that, this book is really amazing in the sense that it has 21 laws. The main motive of this book is to say that leadership is not something that you are born with. It's something that can be cultivated. And that gives a lot of hope for all of us. I think one major thing that you can take away from this is nobody in the start is really prepared for anything. It's only upon failure after failure that you think and you see that, okay, you get the complete vision for becoming a leader. So I can read out, I'm currently having the summary page from the internet, but I have a few quotes from each law that they talk about. I'll just read out a few laws, like the law of magnetism. Who you are is who you attract. So that is one really nice thought train that you can think of. The law of connection. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. So that is one thing. The law of the inner circle. A leader's potential is determined by those closest to him. So there are, each chapter gives you a very nice story, and it talks about one promising statement that you can always take back. So these 21 things, I feel, if put into action, definitely can shape our journey into the business. And with this, back to the host. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akash. That was such a great explanation of what you feel about this particular book. My favorite takeaway was who you are is who you attract. Becoming a leader and you attracting a leader. That's what this business is about. And that was so great. Before moving forward, I would definitely like to inform everyone about the promo for this quarter that Amway is providing to the Ganguly team. So if you have a personal PV of 300 minimum per month, so the remaining months would be October, November, and December, and 80% VCS in those months. Or if you sponsor 3 new IBOs who purchase some products and you still have your 80% VCS, then Amway will offer you a minimum $100 value of gift. Also, you will be entered into a draw from which you can win a bigger prize, such as an eSpring. How cool is that, guys? So I believe everyone will qualify in that team for that. Yeah, so definitely let's just do that. And with that, we'll just move forward for the night. I think the next speaker is my own upline, Raman, who will definitely help us with the topic of how to break the ice and DTMing. The stage is yours, Raman.
Thank you, Lakshya. Great hosting. Hello, everyone. We are Raman and Sandeep, proudly sponsored in the business by Harsh and Anchal, and their uplines, Subodh and Tina, and all the way to our, platinum going Q12, Sachin Kenkar, and our diamond going EDC, Sid and Rup Ganguly. First of all, I would like to welcome our extended family, Winnipeg family. So hope to see them again in next FNH as well. And I would welcome Sachin Kenkar. Good to see you, Sachin, back. So my topic is breaking the ice and DTMing in person. So it's very, very difficult and heavy topic for me, I would say. But yes, but whatever I shared today, please go back to your uplines, check with them, because it can be different how they have, because they know how you do the stuff, and they know how the things can happen with your business. So whatever my coach has told me, I'll go according to that. And what I have been learned, from last a few years now. So I'll share it with you guys. So yes, it's kind of breaking the ice. It's not an easy step. It took me for a while to start this process when I started it. Yes, I was in the business for a long time, but couldn't do these activities by myself because I was still relying on my uplines to do that. And the only thing which pulled me back was the fear. I was good at communication, good at everything, good in my professional career, but what I lack was breaking the ice or talking to someone, because I never did that. But when I started listening to audios and started reading the books, that's where I found that anything which we do for the first time, it's always difficult, right? Unless we do it for multiple times or so many times that it becomes a habit for you. And that's came into my mind. So there was one book I read, I don't know, it was John Maxwell, where it said like action cures the fear, right? So that actually stuck into my mind for a long time. And every time I used to go to DTM or do something, I repeat those words in my mouth, or talk to myself when I was on my car by myself, going out for contacting. And that's where my journey started, actually. So, but it was hard for me, but yeah, I have seen that it's not, for some people, it's not hard because they are already, extrovert people, like in our team, Lakshay and Akash are such a nice people. And whenever I've seen them contacting, I relate myself that I was able to even talk to someone and, talk, how we can break the ice. So breaking the ice, it's very important how you start the conversation with any person. It could be anybody. So, by complimenting is the best way to start a conversation of breaking the ice. It can be from, what I used to do was like, you have a good shoes. Right? I like your shoes, like your jacket, like your hat. So I met Lakshay, I know, in the superstore. I said, like, I don't even saw his hat. And I saw him, you were wearing a very nice cap, and where did you get it from? So that's where the conversation all started. And we went in the conversation where I get to know him a little about himself, and I dropped the message of the business later. And that's you should be. It will not happen overnight. Yes, even if you are very good at everything, but you might have to go through some certain challenges, which you can only do once you do those stuffs on daily basis, right? It's yes, you have to go through a lot of books. Yes, you have to be confident, not that you break the ice and you don't know what to say. So you need to know what you have to talk after you have break the ice with that person. It's very important, because finally our end goal is to dropping the message, which means that we have to let that person aware what is available for that person, right? So it's everything is intentional, right? It's nothing which we do, it's already pre-planned or something. Out of the blue moon, they can ask us anything, but you should be always prepared for the answer. We do not have to answer everything, but yes, we have to somehow bring that person to a point where we can tell them what we do on our part-time basis along with our professional careers. And also you have to tell your story. So story is a very important part of your DTMing, because until you do not have your own story, you will not be able to answer or drop the message, right? And for that, you have to work with your uplines, your coach, that how you build your story. So every person has their own story to teach or tell, while you drop the message. So um, yes, be aware of your surrounding when you go out for DTMing. So you should know which, like, if you have to drop a message to someone, so you should be very carefully observing that person or observing your surroundings, that who's the person you can drop the message to. uh, you know when you start the conversation, you always start conversation with asking what the family, the occupation, which place they are from, and from these four things, you will be able to figure out where you can bring that person to a common ground, where you can develop a relationship with that person. And once you have deepened the conversation enough, then you can talk about that. That's what I do, is actually when everything is asked, that we have deepened the conversation. At the end of the conversation, I ask, so what do you see yourself after 5 or 10 years? Would you see yourself doing the same thing? Or so everybody these days, they are looking for the business opportunities, right? Either they are looking for expanding what they're doing, or either looking for going into a business opportunity later on, which is might be related to their existing profession, what they're doing, or could be a different profession. And then that's where I got a chance to I have a chance of presenting my business opportunity to them, that's saying that along with my IT profession, I also work on my e-commerce business. Would you keep your options open, and taking an advantage to have a look on that? So most of the people, they want to know what I do. So I just give this hint that I'm working with few professionals, and along with that, I get to get some couple who is my mentors, and they are financially retired from last few years, and those are the people who are mentoring in this business to me. So why don't you have wanted to have a look on this? And but also, I keeping my posture that I say that I can't assure you anything, as what I have learned from my coach, that we keeping the posture that we can't assure you anything, but if the things aligns, or our mindset aligns with each other, we'll definitely go ahead and look for the things to be better. So that's how I drop the message. It could be different with each of the individual, because some professionals, it doesn't go with them, and with some students, or with some people who are professionals, or maybe higher age than mine, so it doesn't go with that person. So you always have to find that common ground, where you can drop the message to that person according to the conversation when we lead. So you always have to find, you do not have to lead the conversation instead of forcing the conversation. If someone is not talking to you taking an interest, so it's better to get back and just say hello, and keep in touch or something. So that's way. Be comfortable in whatever you say. Don't be afraid, because when you talk to someone, it actually reflects in your voice, in your face, when you're not confident, and that's what a person will see. But it can only come when you have done a lot of conversation, when you have read a lot of books, I would say. So until unless you speak to someone, they will automatically observe that this person is not confident whatever he's saying, and it will happen. It happened to me many times initially, and it will happen to everyone, right? So, and that's the thing which we will learn from, right? More the things we do, more the things we learn, right? So, as Bharati mentioned, you have to be ready for the failures. These are the failures which will bring the next conversation which you do better than what you've done previously, right? Right. It's the last thing which I would come to is that understand what you have to say, right? And what do you not have to say. So you do not have to answer every question of that person. Just you have to share the opportunity and have to set up an MG on that person. And making that posture will also make that other person understand that it is really a different opportunity which we can present to him, right? So making the coming back to our posture thing. And to work on your DTMs and breaking the ice, there's very good people's books which we have in our system, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People, and Everyone Communicates and Few Connects. These are the great books to read, go through, and I would say go through a lot of BSM, dropping the message, or breaking the ice, kind of BSMs. And yes, and the associations, because that's where you mostly learn. That's from my end. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Raman, for that amazing talk. It is personally something I struggle with as well. He told me that breaking the ice and building up are two different things. So I need to bring them all together while dropping a message. And that was such a great talk to listen to him just now. That was great. I'm sure I will incorporate a lot of that into my message and my story. Yeah, so moving on, this was such a great FNH tonight, guys. I am so happy right now. Our entire team's right over here. So before ending the night, we would definitely like to call our guest speaker for the night, Gurjot, on the stage with a huge round of applause so we can get her wisdom. Over to you.
Hi, thank you, Lakshay, and good evening, everybody. It's really nice to be here. This is an amazing FNH. Your guys' energy is amazing. The unity, everything, the language, you can see why you're getting all these results and growth and momentum. It's really well deserved. And everyone talking on their topics knows what I'm talking about. I loved Raman's topic a lot because contacting was the thing I was the worst at, most afraid of doing. And there was so much quality in what he said that he made me want to go out and just like do it again. And Lakshya, you did great hosting. And Bharti, I loved your talks. Anshul, Anshul, I always learn from you guys. Always fantastic talks. Akash, that was nice to hear you talk. Well done. So when we're all doing an FNH like this, it's so exciting to learn from one another. These are meant to be things that help us all succeed in our business goal. So I was sponsored into business by my parents, Dr. and Mrs. Rihal, and my father, Dr. Rihal, was sponsored by Sachin Kinkar. So he's our upline platinum, and he's a huge, one of the best things that's impacted my life is when he decided to contact my dad for the business. And him and I were just talking, it's like an anniversary because Monday's Diwali. He reached out to my dad on Diwali. So it's always an auspicious time. So on his side, he was building his business and he's doing what we're all trying to do, build a business. But we have to put ourselves on the perspective of the other person. Because he reached out to my dad, I have an amazing lifestyle today and a business I'm really grateful for. So whenever I'm afraid of contacting somebody, I always think, what if I change that person's life though? You know, what if they're praying for what I have to offer? That should be more important than my fear. So when Bharti was doing her talk, I loved the topic she was talking about. Was it the grit? Do you have the grit to succeed? Those are really good topics because as long as you change your perspective on what is tough, you will be able to succeed. And you guys can see that in your uplines, Subodh and Tina, with their growth. You know, their growth is not an accident; it's an effort, and they put a lot of effort in here that comes out this way, and we're all capable of doing that. So my topic today for training, I was given an open mic, so that can be very deadly. So I hope you guys are ready. So I have a lot of fun. Number one, all of us are one team. We have the same upline platinum, Sachin, and we're all going to be part of his amazing emerald ship, right? United with that, we're part of amazing upline diamonds, Sid and Roop, and we're all going to be part of their executive diamond ship. So whether you're here as a 100 PV person or a platinum, or you know you're going to be a platinum this year, whatever your pin is, your time and all this thing, that perspective has to change. It's not that the amount of time you put in this result you created, that doesn't actually determine anything. Law of averages are so unique to each individual. Example, it took me 5 months to sponsor somebody. Last month, I sponsored 3 people like it was nothing. That is a lot of consistency over time, working with my coach to understand where I can be effective. For 3 years, I did 150 PV personal use because selling was scary to me, you know? So I would just do 150 PV report sale, 150 PV report sale. Now I can do over 500 PV with retail profit. I did like 800 PV on a good month this year. That was huge for me. You know, I know some of the guys I'm talking to here, that's nothing to you guys. But that was exciting. That's big growth for me. But that's 6 years down the line, you know. Should I be like insecure that it's not 1,000 when some people talk about 1,000, or should I be looking at, wow, Gurjot, you went from 150 PV of personal use to be able to do that much once? Perspective change on my growth. So never ever compare yourself to somebody else, because you don't actually know. You have to focus on your growth. And that's why working as a team, you have to change your perspective on your law of average. Other thing, let's say there's one more funny example I have for you guys. The sponsoring, yeah, calling somebody, okay? First time I ever called someone for the business, I hung up the phone because I was too scared to finish my sentence. Then I called them back again and pretended that the line was bad and asked when we're hanging out to go to the movies, because I was, again, too scared. Okay, that friend ended up saying no to the business. I was still maid of honor at her wedding. We're still really close. And she, you know, but like the thing is also perspective change. You don't lose friends or lose relationships. Nothing really has to change in your life except your confidence and your mindset and deciding what kind of life you want to have. So the Amway business is a vehicle. It is not a disease. It's so how we carry it, how we show the business. You have to be the game changer. You have to be the one that says, this is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Goals here, when you create a small result, so the ability to sponsor someone today comes from a lot of work I did back when it was hard and scary. You know, talking to my coach. It even comes up, you can go really far back into, it goes from the day Sachin reached out to my dad showed me the plan. There's a connection there, right? Then going from that, there's little moments along the way where I decided to maybe just be a little bit more brave than I'm used to being in the business so that I can get the lifestyle I want to have, and to stop being apologetic about it, you know? And then also never ever confuse your progress with what you haven't seen yet. Because there's a lot of things that have come up to the point where we will always hear people talk, especially in our business, people talk about their success story. Start talking to your coach about their struggle, their setback. What did they overcome? Why do they have a different mindset? That's the power of a perspective change, okay? I will give a shout out to 2 guys on my team here, Josh and Chris. These guys are fitness, like, what's the word? They're very good at their sport. 2 different kinds of fitness, 2 different kinds of sport. Chris is an amateur strongman. Josh just got a 12-pack or something like that. On every muscle he has, there's some kind of I think he's figured out how to hack every muscle in the body. Now, 2 different personalities. So as their coach, and John is here on my team as well. These are 3 guys with 3 different personalities, 3 different legs in my business. Each one of them has their own relationship with me, and they're doing their own activities. If I'm coaching Chris, I'm not going to coach Chris the same way I coach Josh, or I'm not going to coach Josh the same way I coach John. They're 3 different people, right? So when you're working together as a team, what you want to remember is you don't need to be like everybody else. You are the best you. You and your coach have to have that independent relationship where you both are working on your goal, not your coach's goal, your goal. Your goal should be hitting a bronze pin and making $1,500 a month with an ego structure, setting yourself up for platinum. That's it. Getting that result. That's your goal. How you do it, your coach and you will figure out what your strengths are. So when I was coached by Rube, she focused on my strengths. It wasn't like in that 5 months it took me to sponsor someone, was like, Gurjot, you suck at sponsoring. She actually highlighted the things I was good at. You know what, Gurjot, you have a good self-image. You're a good person. You actually talk very nicely. Think of the things you can do. She would always encourage me to focus on that, right? So she effectively coached me, and she guided me towards books that would bring out or let me work at my own pace. Now, Roop is a mastermind at this because we've all got a relationship with her and Sid. They're masterminds, right? they've got a lot of wisdom and experience when it comes to recognizing something in someone and going that way. When you have a big business, you're going to be working with people. Those people need to feel good when they've spoken with you. They need to feel like they are capable to do it. If I was ever, anytime I've doubted myself in the business, it's a great business, it works, it gives you great results, but I've had doubts that I can do it, believe it or not. I've had moments where I'm like, maybe it's not, like maybe other people can do it, but not me. The putting something together, it takes a team, it doesn't take one. The first team is you and your coach and your mentorship, your team. When you're working together with your coach, you guys are focusing on you. So I'm just repeating myself a bit here. And you're working on your strengths. So now, when I'm coaching these guys on my team, it's their strength and it's their own work ethic is their own. You can't compare people, you know? People on my team of different personalities, everyone has a strength. I was a big introvert, so I thought, okay, being an introvert means I can't do this business. You have to be extroverted. That was one of the first things I realized is actually being an introvert is the best thing. And I've noticed most leaders are introverts because they think, right? Who here is an introvert? I see, like everybody's hand went up, pretty much, right? So, if you're not, it's fine. It's who you are. So people have a misconception that in our business, you have to be really like bold, told, and sold, right? You have to be like that loud personality. You don't. You have to be an assertive personality. There's a difference. Assertiveness comes from having confidence in what you're doing. Confidence comes from working with your coach and knowing what your strengths are. So I'm way more confident about what I'm good at. What I'm not good at, instead of feeling bad about it or afraid of it, I can just recognize that it needs improvement. So I have to change. Rube talks to us about it all the time. Change what you're speaking about yourself, right? Yeah, everybody knows that one from her. Yeah. So these things she would say all the time, they actually make a difference. So us as a team, now that's you and your coach's team, us as a group here. This group of 14 people, this is a diamond ship right here. So you have to change your perspective of numbers too. I used to get really neurotic when I would have meetings and 4 people showed up. I'll say an example. Do you guys know open meetings, like our virtual Tuesday meeting? So we had one. I invited like 50 people. I got a lot of yeses and stuff. Only 4 people showed up to that meeting. And I was freaking out because I was like, oh my goodness, there's only 4 people here. I'm thinking of all the bad things of that. But the 4 people who showed up they were like the biggest parts of my platinum ship. You see? So in the moment I was overlooking like everyone, I was thinking of everyone who didn't show up, but the people who did show up make a big difference. So your perspective on your numbers also has to change. The power of you is way bigger than what you think it is. It only takes one person to go platinum. It only takes one of us to go bronze. It only takes one of us to do something. As a team, a collective, a group of us, we're capable of so much. We're capable of big results. We have to recognize the real power of this business is not one person outshining everybody. It's us as a team working on a common goal and being united in creating results that help all of us, right? So when we plug into BWW Gala team, that's a great team. They got results, but us and Ganguly team, have you guys noticed how Ganguly team is dominating pin recognition every month after month? And big kudos to you guys who are stepping up and doing it. So we are part of it's a good for the pride, right? When you recognize that your team is getting results. So sometimes you have to really take it that when you can perform for yourself, so you stop performing for others, perform for yourself, then others will follow because they will start to recognize something new. So you put that focus back on your own work ethic, your own activities before doing it for other people. And then you'll notice that it works for other people, right? So I hope I'm making sense, like what I'm talking about. And in terms of the power of one, so there's a power of you can change things. The other thing is the power of one more call. When you're having a really terrible day, you had no-shows, you had someone say they're going to buy something, they don't buy something. You had someone, none of your like 3 guests showed up to the meeting, and you posted on the group chat that you had 3 guests and none of them show up. And you're texting your core run. One day it's like a buzzed core run. I'll have someone submit a core run to me. They're like, oh, they talk to everybody, you know? The next day core run, it's like, read my book. Like, you know, like it's okay. You have to recognize that those ups and downs, they're normal. That relationship in a core run, what's more important is you and your coach having truth, transparency to go to the next level than showing off to your coach. It's more important to me that the guys and girls on my team submit a core run to me that shows me what I can coach them on, instead of making them feel, instead of impressing me. So we don't talk to our upline to impress them. We talk because we have to create results as a team, and we can only do that if there's some truth to what we're talking about. And again, the guys on my team here, Josh, Chris, John, Favor, super honest and transparent communication, excellent communicators. There's a reason they have great leadership, and they have a calendar that's booked, and they have things happening. And I can trust them when I talk to them. So it's important to go 2 ways. They need to trust me, I need to trust them. And that coaching relationship it's amazing. You know, like it creates like everyone like does sports. I know Subodh plays cricket. Lakshay, you play what? You can mime it.
Soccer.
Soccer. Okay, soccer, the best one. Yeah. Anshul, makeup is a sport. We're gonna call it a sport for this. So like when you're doing a sport, right? You want whatever it is. Always remember that the person you're talking to, even when you feel like you're having a terrible day or you're having a great day, that coach in your business wants you to be an athlete or be the best performer. They want you to be good. They want you to succeed. So whatever they tell you, sometimes it hurts, but it is meant to make you great. You know, I respect Sid and Roop the most for this because of anyone. I've been coached at really high levels in soccer, actually, like really high levels in sport. And I don't like being coached when someone says, good job, when I know I kicked bad. You know, I'm already saying that was bad. But I also don't like when someone says, great job, when it was mediocre. I want somebody who will tell to me, like it is, what I need to hear to kick better. Your foot should be like this. Take more shots, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's all perspective again. You have to recognize sometimes you took a shot you usually hit, there was wind this time. You missed it, right? You have to recognize if something is out of your control, is what I'm saying. And you need that relationship with a coach to recognize what to work on and improve on. So you and your coach, best of buddies for your success. A mentor is wisdom and mindset and experience. Team is everyone together, everyone achieves more. Team goal. You know, let's keep being number one. Ganguly team number one. Let's keep kicking butt. Let's take Sachin Emerald. Let's break barriers. Let's have the best year ever. The power of one more phone call. One more phone call when you don't in the mood. One more sale could actually lead you to 10. That one person that you sponsor at the end of the month, true story for me, one person I sponsor at the end of the month leads me to somebody the next month who takes me 2,500 PV in 3 months. When I was only thinking I'm 300 PV, 600 PV, well, 2,500 PV, but by your growth is not going to be like this. It's going to be like, you know, you could go 4,000 PV next month if you're 0 PV now, if you actually believe it. If you actually believe it and you do it, the next person you sponsor could be a diamond. You don't know. So you have to change your perspective about every single activity you're doing. And that's the mindset that I'm very thankful and grateful to get from our mentorship team. Yeah. And I want to thank you guys for the great warm welcome here. Like Sachin he gave me a snow update on the traffic even before Google Maps did. And I feel really appreciated, and I feel really welcomed in Vancouver. And I'm happy that we're all a team together. So we keep praying for each other's success, and we keep bringing out the best in one another. And I really respect the leadership in this Vancouver team, like Subodh, Tina, Sachin, Harsh, Anshul, Raman, Sandeep, you guys. It's so awesome to see a unit like you guys working together and creating such a good example in the team. So you guys, high five. And we are all going, like I said, we need to break an emerald ship. We need to, carry that forward, have a lot more eagles. We need to break bronze pins. Bronze pins is $1,500 a month for every single person here. That's money, right? So that's about it. If anyone has a question, I'm happy to answer. But thank you so much for inviting me.
Wow. Does anyone have any questions? No, that was so amazing, Gurjot. I think everyone on the call here tonight can agree. It was just a shorter version of a BSM. It was so great. There was so much to learn from you, and seeing an amazing leader like you talk, it was mesmerizing. So that was great. Today's FNH was really amazing. Thank you all for being here. And with that, we are done for the night. And have a great weekend, and wish you all a very happy Diwali. Thank you, team. I'll see you later. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you. Great job, guys.
Gurjot for coming.
Good.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, guys. Good night.
Bye. Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Well, there is lots of sound going on.
There's rain, right?
Yeah,
Rain? Okay. Yeah.
yeah. No, I said I have birds in my house. They're free.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear that. No.
Yeah.
How was
see here.
the
See, can you see behind? See, can you see behind me?
yeah. Yeah.
So they're getting a taste of freedom,
Yeah.
like how I'm getting, like how I'm striving for the freedom similarly.
Yeah.
So what are the plans for? Okay, let me just.
So
stop
for
the recording.
tomorrow,